Expense reports are entered on the Expense tab in Web Time and Expense Entry. On the far left side, you see a list of the expense reports you have created. Click New Expense in the ribbon to create a new expense report. Select the start date and end dates and enter a description for the expense report. If you have received an advance amount for this expense, enter it in this field. Click Save. To add lines to the report, click Add Line in the ribbon. The date field is populated with the starting date of the expense report. You can change this and use the correct date the expense was incurred. Enter the expense amount and the appropriate selections for the job WBS, and expense category fields. You can either choose the job from the drop-down list or enter a few letters and filter it on that job. Same with the job WBS code. If you do not see a job on your list, then you will need to contact your supervisor to have the security granted. For the expense category, we will choose lodging. See the paid by field. If you paid for the expense, select employee. If the company paid for the expense line, select company paid. If the charge was personal and paid by the company, select personal company paid. You will be reimbursed for what you paid less company paid and personal company paid charges. Since the company paid for lodging, we will select company paid. We're adding more lines, so leave this checked and click Save. By choosing this function, you will see that our next expense entry has all the fields populated with our previous entry. For this expense entry line, we will be entering mileage. Go to expense category field and select mileage. Then enter the number of miles traveled for that day in the distance field. When you tab over, you will see that the amount field is automatically calculated based on the mileage rate set up for the expense category mileage. The date is correct. This is for September 1st. And the company did not cover this, so this has to be reimbursed to us. Select employee. And since we're adding another line for mileage traveled on September 2nd, we will keep this box checked. Click Save. Now all we have to do is change the date to September 2nd. All the other fields remain the same. And we're done with entering lines. Uncheck the box and click Save. You can enter an appropriate description for the expense line in the comments field. You can change the amount and amount field on the expense line. You can also click on the pencil and actions field to make changes to the expense line. You can also click the red X to delete the line. Save the expense report by clicking Save in the ribbon. Click Favorites in the ribbon. The Favorites function is used to save frequently used job WBS, and job category combinations on the expense report. Select the job WBS, and job category to create your list and click Save Favorites. Note that favorites will no longer be inferred once the period of performance has expired. You can click Delete in the ribbon to delete the expense report. If you need to make changes to the expense report header, click Edit Header in the ribbon, make your changes, and click Save. If you need to find the per diem for a location you traveled to, click Per Diem in the ribbon, follow the prompts in the wizard to get the per diem you are looking for. To attach backup documents for your expense report, such as receipts, click Attachment and follow the prompts to upload your documents. In this screen, you can click Abort to cancel this. You can upload multiple receipts and attach it to the same expense report. You can actually preview in this section and rotate the receipt so you can see it better. You can also delete it by clicking this red X. Everything looks good. Click OK to attach the receipt to the expense report. To download a PDF of your expense report, click Expense Report, and there's your expense report. Let's close out of that. To enter an expense report on behalf of someone, click Enter on Behalf of and select the person and click Save. Note that the drop-downs will display as if the employee were performing their own data entry. Let's go ahead and save once more. And if you're ready to submit your expense report, you can click Submit in the ribbon and submit your expense report for approval.